Okay, this video is just basically about what the title is, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Before you judge me at all about it, I have a kid that is an adult right now, and he's transgender, wants to be called Faye-er. Not making fun of it at all. I think it's ridiculous, but at the same time, I still care about my kid. Um, I would prefer to use she or her, not they or them. That's what it was at first. It was they or them. I could not do that. Uh, to people I don't know, I used to just say, well, why don't I just call you schizo? I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I know everybody has emotions, everybody has feelings. Um, I know a lot of people don't want to believe it because there's a lot of really hardcore Christians out there that just want to consistently say that every trans person is possessed by a demon. Sometimes I think that with the behavior of some transgender people, but honestly, I do think most of them want to feel wanted, want to be accepted. But I also feel that certain issues, just like gay pride and all this other stuff, is just pushed in people's face so much that you're getting, or they are getting, negative feedback about it because nobody wants to hear about it every day. Because obvious one thing, you don't hear a lot of people saying straight pride. It's just like a person saying black pride. If you hear a white person saying white pride, they're going to be called a racist. But oh no, it's not the other side, right? I understand all of it. I understand people want their rights. They feel they've been held back, or they're being pushed back, or they're not getting jobs and stuff like that. Just know there are a majority of these people in the world don't think before they speak. But at the same time, they do have children. They don't want their children exposed to that. You have to understand that. I totally understand that. I didn't want my kid exposed to this at all. But his mom didn't, she let her down her guard. She allowed him to go on to chat rooms and video games, and she wasn't supervising him at all during those times. I warned her against it. She ignored me completely. I can't say she learned her lesson because there's nothing. Once it happens, it happens. Once your kid is groomed by an evil person, it happens. And I'm sure the person that groomed my kid would probably groomed himself, and it is what it is. I can't change it. I can try to live with it and make things better. But my kid doesn't talk to me because of my views. I love my kid. I love Bryn. Wants to be called Susie. I'm willing to do that. But at the same time, as much as I'm willing to do what my kid wants me to do, to make him or her feel better about himself or herself, I also would like the same respect to know that and understand that as much as I'm going along with it, I'm not completely in belief of it. I am a person that just believes in two sexes. I do understand there is intersex. I do understand that some people are born both, or some people feel like they're born with the wrong brain. I totally understand that. Some people feel like they're trapped in the wrong body. I understand that. That is a symptom that comes with autism. I'm not saying every transgender person is autistic, but studies have shown that a huge, huge, huge majority of transgender people are not diagnosed or non-diagnosed autistic people. I'm autistic myself. I don't have these problems. But not every autistic person is transgender. Not every transgender person is autistic. The point of this video is I think people need to start caring, need to start thinking a little bit more. Look beyond what you see on the outside, as freaky as it might be to you. They are trying to fit in and trying to fit their brain the way they feel on the outside, or the way they feel on the inside, whatever it may be. They're trying to adjust. My opinion, if you're feeling like a woman on the inside, my opinion is that you should get testosterone treatments and see if that helps you. I don't think it's smart to go and get injected or get some kind of estrogen treatments. Don't believe in that. But I'm, once you're adult, you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody can tell you what not to do. But at the same time, people are, saying this stuff because they care. Some people say it just unfilteredly because they don't care and they just don't want to understand. And the same goes for women. If you feel like a man inside, you should be trying to take testosterone. You should be taking more estrogen and see if that changes things. As much as you might feel different on the inside, your biological makeup is going to stay the same, and you're doing harm to yourself. They're already showing that if you take estrogen as a male, that you're going to increase the chances of osteoporosis and other problems. There's so many things that go along with it, and I don't think a lot of doctors, a lot of people that administer these hormones are telling everybody everything. And as far as the therapists that want to affirm, they're not doing any good, in my opinion. I think you should have somebody that's there to tell you the truth, not to feed your delusions. And maybe not everybody is delusional. Maybe there are people out there that, maybe there are transgender people out there that have a lot of common sense. I know my kid, he is unbelievably smart. Very, very smart person. And I have a friend that's really book smart as well, and super smart, but both of them, one admits it. He says that he has no common sense. I agree. I know a lot of people that are super duper smart, like one of my coworkers. He has no common sense, but this kid is a nuclear physicist type of brain. He is so unbelievably way smarter than I am in so many ways. I use my common sense a lot, but unfortunately nowadays common sense is not that common. Not making a joke about it, not making fun of anybody for it. Some people have it, some people don't. So sometimes it's hard for people to understand how somebody could be so smart and do such dumb things, or premature things, immature things, whatever it may be. But the fact is, you're doing yourself harm by pushing everybody in the world to accept who you are. First things first, you have to accept who you are. Going to a gender affirming care therapist is not really truly the smartest thing to do. They're telling you to stay away from your family, stay away from your relatives. They're people that truly care about you. There's a lot of people out there, I'm sure, that are more like you, that you feel they're going to care for you more, and they're going to give you the attention you need, or respect you the way that you want to be respected. In some ways, you're probably right. But you got to understand, the people that are not willing to accept a lot of this stuff, it's not because they don't care. It's just that you're asking people to lie to you. You're asking people to change their vocabulary, and be delusional with you. I hate to spill the beans. I hate to tell you the truth this way, but going going around that about that way is just not right. Abandoning your family that raised you, that love you, it's not right. Um, them accepting you the way you are is should be there should be some kind of level of acceptance. I agree, and I know you all want to feel accepted. I totally understand that. Um, Growing up, I wish people accepted me for the way I thought. I think out of the box. I was kind of twisted as a kid growing up in a lot of different ways. As I get older, I still look back in my life and wish I did things differently, wish I treated people differently. Those people are gone now. I can't take any of that back. Wish people treated me differently. Sometimes life will beat you up and spit you out. As long as you're here alive on earth, there's no reason why you shouldn't reflect and try to be a better person. Try to do things differently that you might have done in the past, and look back on your life. And of course, I don't think it's good to dwell, but whatever you do that can make you a better person, it should be done. I'm constantly trying to fix myself and do things that I feel I've done wrong for a very long time. Sometimes it takes a long time before you have realizations about certain things. Sometimes it just takes decades and 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Sometimes you won't even know until you're close to death. Sometimes you'll never know. But I think a lot. I have a great memory, so I look back on a lot of stuff that I've done and I feel I've done wrong. There's still a lot of things I have done right, and I wish things would change in my life. It sometimes makes me doubt if there's a God and doubt certain things, but there are some things that have given me nothing but a reason to believe in God. I mean, there are things that have been proven to me that prove to me that there is a God. So sometimes it's hard to stay on that train of thought, that mindset, and pray. I mean, I forget all the time, and sometimes I feel my prayers aren't answered. A lot of times I don't feel they're answered. And I understand how hard it is for people to go to like a Christian church, or go to any kind of church. Period. There's a lot of judgmental Christians that have that holier than thou attitude, that feel they have to judge everybody in the world, and they're not true Christians. They're not true believers in God, because only one God, only one thing, one person can, or one entity, or whatever you want to call it, can judge you, and that is God. In the end, you can judge yourself. You could put yourself down. You can think well of yourself. People could do the same thing to you, and is it their right to? No, because they didn't live your life. You didn't live their life, and so people got to stop pointing fingers. People got to start be really understanding about a lot of things. And unfortunately, this world is not like that. There's a lot of evil here in the world. So that's why you hear a lot of people calling you demons, because that's their understanding of things. That's the way they look at things. I don't think that way, although there are some behaviors I've seen out there that make me feel like sometimes there are possessed people out there. But I don't want to keep going. We're going in like 14 minutes now. And I hope this gets out to my son. I hope this somehow gets us talking again, but I also hope this helps other people out there. Straight, gay, transgender people, doesn't matter. I know people all have emotions and all care and all get hurt by different things. I don't want to hurt anybody.